For this video, I'm going to show how to create local users and also Active Directory based users. So I just have like a virtual machine set up. Actually, I have two. I have server and Windows 10 is the Windows 10, and I have it joined in a domain that I created another one, and I created that video before of how to add one to a domain, but that kind of messed up. But I didn't feel like making a new video. I just kind of went through some troubleshooting steps in it. But basically, you can see that I'm in the domain now by going to System, and here I'm in this domain that I created in my other virtual machine that I spun up in the cloud. But it doesn't matter. And you can see here. Anyway, so to create it, you just go to Computer Management, go to Local Users, Groups, Users, and the ones at the black arrow down means you don't have access to them right now. But anyway, you can just right click in here or up top or whatever, say New User, call him Bob, and just put in info. You could change whatever stuff, like I'm not gonna have them have to change passwords and whatever you want. So it's creating the user. Alright, so Bob is created. And anyway, so I'm gonna show how to sign into it, because right now I'm actually logged into domain, and another way to check, you just go to manage your account, and here, see, I'm in the tutorial domain. That's what I'm signed in as. So I'm gonna restart and come back in and sign in as Bob. Okay, so enter the credentials connected to it. So I don't want this anymore, so just few more choices. Use a different account. So you do dot and backslash for local users, and it's Bob, and you put in the password. And okay, it wasn't allowed because I didn't set it up. Let's see if I could change to allow to RDP into that user. Alright, I figured it out. So I'm connecting to my session, and this is how I did it. Well, first, let's just connect to it normally. Not even in the domain. And there's settings that I'm going to change after it switches. So you go to Computer Management. Then you go to Local Users and Groups. Go to Groups. And you go to Remote Desktop Users, double click it, open up the properties. So I added him, but let me show you what you do. So you click Add, and it's not from the root domain, because if you put in Bob, it's not going to find him. But see, you can't find it. So you actually change the location into your machine, and then when you type in Bob, it'll find him. So I click OK, and it'll add him now, but he's already on the list, and you can remove him later. So that's what you do to be able to RDP as a local user. So you add the user into the remote desktop users in the computer management. So anyways, leave the session and let me show you what exactly you type to connect as Bob. So I'm gonna do ./Bob, and it works. And go count. And right now we're in a local account with Bob. We're not in domain or anything. So that's how to do it. So now I'm going to show how to create a user account in the Active Directory in the domain. So I'm going to actually connect to my server that has Active Directory on it. And you just go to, I already have it open, but Active Directory is just in computers. And I'm in my domain now. And I have my domain controller, which is this virtual machine, this instance, and I added this computer to the domain, the other VM, and you see it has the DNS name. So anyway, let's go to users. So it's not here, Bob, right? Well, we want to create a new one, but let me just create a new organizational unit, and we'll call it new users, and then create a new one, user, call it Billy. We'll just log in as Billy at this domain. The password. And finish. Alright, so now we create Billy user in this domain. So if in the other computer, the Windows 10 one, wanted to authenticate to the domain, they could use this account to log on. But right now it's just a regular user, so it can't connect to a server, but it can connect to, a Windows 10 computer. So now we gotta repeat the step that we did before of giving permission for that new user Billy to be able to already be into it. So I did that. So let me show you how I did that. So let's just say we've logged in, and you need to be an admin to do it. So actually it's just to log into the domain account. What the heck? Alright. We don't need login domain account. Just this. Alright, so same thing, computer management groups, remote desktop users. So I added Billy right there, but I'll remove him. So click add, and this time the location's fine because we added him in the domain. And if you just check Billy, it'll find him. If it asks you for credentials, just put in the admin credentials. Okay. Hit apply. So now he's in. I don't know. Oops. I'll add him here too. Show accepted. So he's in the domain. Anyway. Just go to Billy. And look, I'm logged in. Windows 10. Machine is Billy. And you can see that it's just in the domain, it's Billy. So anyway, that's how to manage or log in an Active Directory one user.